Hello, good morning. Welcome to Breakfast with Rachel Burden and Roger Johnson.
Our headlines today. Health. Good morning. Thank you for being with us. Sunday, the 28th of March. And don't forget, the clocks have gone forward an hour. So it is a minute past 6 o'clock. And our top story this morning, the NHS. A second MP has defected from the Scottish National Party to join the new pro-independence group being set up by Alex Salmond. There were fresh efforts yesterday to refloat that giant container ship blocking the Suez Canal, one of the world's busiest waterways.
Yeah, more than 300 ships are stuck on either side of the vessel, which became stranded on Tuesday, as our correspondent Sally Nabil reports. A number of drivers for the meal delivery company Deliveroo are planning to go on strike to protest against the way that they are employed.
It comes as the company prepares to float on the London Stock Exchange. Our business correspondent Katie Prescott reports. Now, for more than a week, a volcano near the Icelandic capital of Reykjavik has been throwing lava and gas into the air, attracting thousands of visitors. Some of the pictures, some of the drone pictures from this have been absolutely awesome.
Yeah, the eruption is the first of its kind there in more than 800 years. It's become the country's hottest attraction, quite literally, as Tim Allman reports.
Wow, what a light show.
Incredible, isn't it?
Yeah, it's amazing.
Let's have a look at the papers. 13 minutes.
Before you started...
He knows now.
Soon afterwards.
It's fantastic. Little known fact: one of our VT editors on BBC Breakfast was once the Australian skateboarding national champion.
No.
True, Jeff. Yeah, there you go.
Well, that's really impressive.
Yeah, I know. He's a bit.
I mean, some of the stories are kind of Sunday morning gossipy stories, which I won't necessarily
the Red Tops have got a
into.
couple of salacious stories on the front pages, haven't they, this morning?
Yes, they have.
But
one thing I'm particularly interested in, all the papers today have, and over the weekend, have lots about outdoor socialising, which is, of course, what everyone or lots of people will be looking forward to over the next few days and weeks. How to do it, how to get dressed for the garden. There was even a piece I saw in yesterday's paper about how to have conversations with people in case you've forgotten how to do it.
Yeah.
But we'd love to know how you're preparing in your gardens this morning.
Cleaning off the garden furniture after it's...
Are you? Are you dusting off the pad
Well, they
cushions?
need it cleaned, don't they?
Yeah. As far as I've got is just to order some new lights for the garden.
Oh, really?
So, yeah. But that's about it. So, look...
I don't know if I can just quickly show you this. I just spotted it inside the Observer. It's the ship, the container
Suez,
ship.
the Ever Given, sorry.
Yeah, blocking the Suez Canal, which obviously is causing, I think we said 300 ships backed up either side. Just look at the size of it here. This is a photograph taken from a bank of...
Talk to a ship's captain a bit later on who'll tell us that today is really
crucial.
The big day. It's absolutely crucial if they want to try and shift it. And if it doesn't work today, then they're going to have to start lifting some of those containers off to lighten the load. So it's a precarious process.
At 6 o'clock, you tease the weather that's coming up a little bit later. And Darren really did tease us this morning, saying that this week we're going to need a pair of shorts and a thick coat.
It's a good look.
So the weather doesn't really know what it's doing then. Thanks very much indeed. It's all very clear now. It's good.
It's going to be beautiful, at least for the first part of the week, so enjoy it. Now, working from home is taking a toll on many of us, that's for sure, and sitting at makeshift desks for hours, or worse still, just being on the bed with a laptop and moving not very much is particularly damaging to posture.
Yeah, physiotherapists say that they are being inundated with people contacting them about the injuries that are linked to home working. Andrew Hartley's got this report. That was Andrew Hartley reporting there. Posture, a real issue for lots of us. Let's have a look at some of the pictures that you've been sending.
Well, please do, again, send us photos if you have any. And as I say, we'll be speaking to a physiotherapist about this later in the programme. So any questions you have for her, you can get in touch as well. Stick around for that.
We've got lots of... you were talking, 5-10 minutes ago about outdoor spaces and how you're getting them ready if you're able to socialise.
Yeah.
Obviously, can in Wales already. But lots of people getting in touch already.
Some of these look amazing.
We're getting a bit of gazebo
entirely inadequate with our own scrappy outdoor spaces.
Oh God, mine's awful. Right, let's have a look at the sport. John's with.
Right, do stay with us. We've got the news headlines coming up in just a moment.
Hello, good morning. Welcome to Breakfast this morning with Rachel Burden and Roger Johnson.
Morning. Here is a summary of today's main stories from BBC News. Over 50s in England are being urged to book their coronavirus vaccination ahead of an expected shortage in supply from next month.
Yes, a quarter of that.
The National Medical Director of NHS England has said people should not squander the gains made against coronavirus during lockdown. It's ahead of an easing of restrictions. A high tide has failed to dislodge the giant container ship that's blocking the Suez Canal in Egypt.
Those are the main stories now. We're back with the headlines for you at 7 o'clock, but we've got a special programme now looking at how 4 staff from the University Hospital in Southampton have been impacted by lockdown in their work and home lives. Now, for more than a week, a volcano near the capital of Iceland, Reykjavik, has been throwing lava and gas into the air and attracting thousands of visitors.
The eruption is the first of its kind there in more than 800 years and has become the country's hottest attraction. Tim Ullman reports.
See what you did there? Pictures are just astonishing.
Incredible.
Like something from another world.
Yeah, amazing.
Wow. Right, it's 11 minutes past 7. Lockdowns in each of the 4 UK nations has meant that leisure travel's been illegal. It remains the case in Scotland and Northern Ireland for now. The stay local rule has been lifted in Wales already, and in England, the stay at home restriction will end tomorrow.
It feels quite exciting, doesn't it? It does feel like a moment. Most of us have probably seen more than enough of our local parks, so it could be that we're tempted to head to one of the other big outdoor spaces, the national parks, instead. But that is causing some concern for local residents. Abby Jones reports from the Peak District, where they are preparing for a surge in visitor numbers.
Independent.
Looked a bit grim there this morning,
Windy,
very
wasn't it?
windy as well, yeah. But things are improving next week, as you all may have worked out by now. Darren, with all his talk of shorts and sunglasses and whatever else. Is that this morning, that picture behind you?
Thank you very much, Darren. It's all clear now, we know.
Actually, looking just at some pictures sent by one of our viewers this morning of an amazing sky in West Sussex this morning. So if you are up and about early, and don't forget the clocks have gone forward, then you might be in for a bit of a treat depending on where you are. Yeah,
people often get in touch to say, your clock's wrong in the corner of the screen. Maybe they're watching on catch-up or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
It's definitely right. It is 7:22.
Yeah, I hope you enjoyed that hour's less sleep. Let's catch up with the story, which has been, well, sort of in the background all week, hasn't it? This huge container ship that's been blocking the Suez Canal. Now, it looks like there may have been a little bit of movement around this vessel, but effectively the whole canal is still blocked. And of course, it's impeding the trade of hundreds of millions of pounds worth of goods every single day.
Yeah, they've got tugs on the scene which managed to move it slightly yesterday, but it's still blocking things. It's hoped the ship could be afloat once again tonight, fingers crossed. Let's get this report on the latest from Sally Nabil.
Well, to give us an idea of what's at stake in this kind of operation, we're joined from Surrey by retired Royal Navy Commander for both of them.
Yes, Steph Davis, who won the women's race, only ran her first marathon 3 years ago, and she works full time as well. She runs as on the side. Chris Thompson has hit his stride at the age of 39. He's been running for years. Came in the same week though that he became a father for the first time. So let's just take a quick look at what it meant to them both.
Well, I think Chris has caught his breath now because we can speak to him. He's in Surrey as well, Chris. Thank you for showing him to us.
Right, it's just after 7:45. Let's quickly crack on with the weather. Darren is here. Morning, Darren. Darren, thanks very much. Speak to you later.
Not that you need to go anywhere with weather that good, but it is time now for a look at this week's travel show.
Yeah, because you can't travel.
A high tide has failed to dislodge the giant container ship that is blocking the Suez Canal in Egypt. More than 300. A number of riders for the meal delivery service Deliveroo are planning to go on strike over their employment condition.
You're up to date. Those are the main stories this morning. It is 8 minutes past 8. Remember, as we said, the clocks have gone forward now, so 8 minutes past 8 is the correct time. NHS England is urging all those who are eligible but not yet vaccinated to come forward for a coronavirus jab ahead of a tightening of supply next month.
Nearly 30 million people across the UK have already received at least one dose so far. Professor Anthony Harnden is Deputy Chair of the Joint Committee on Vaccines and Immunisation and joins and your alarm was OK. So that worked out OK. Just a reminder, and talking about piling into each other's houses, absolutely not allowed at all, and it is only people's gardens. I was just asking the question really, yeah. But people are sending us great pictures of how they're getting their gardens ready for a bit of safe outdoor socialising next week. So we'll bring you some of those a little bit later on. Total garden envy.
Yeah, you've got some new lights on order, planning some late nights.
That's it. That's all I've got.
Yeah, 17 minutes past 8. Let's have a look at what the weather's going to be doing, shall we? Darren is with us. That's a nice bright start. Is that this morning?
Yeah.
Give us a tantalising taste of summer and then take it away again.
Oh, I know,
Yeah,
but we'll
sorry.
take it. We'll take those few days, don't you worry, definitely. It's 8:20. Good morning. Every week, presenter Ros Atkins takes an in-depth look at one of the big issues in the news.
Yeah, this time it's the challenges that President Biden is facing over migrants at the US-Mexico border.
Oh, thanks to Ros Atkins and the team there.
8:31, we're on BBC One until 9 o'clock this morning, after which, as always, the Andrew Marr Show is on. Andrew joins us now. Morning.
And as Andrew mentioned, lockdown restrictions, we're going to focus on those as well, being eased in the UK over the next few weeks. Wales, as he mentioned, has already become the first nation to lift travel restrictions and scrap the stay local rule. But let's just remind ourselves of what's happening in the rest of the home nations and, crucially, well, we're joined now from our London newsroom by our political correspondent, and it's just worth just emphasising once again that it is slightly different in every part of the UK. So check depending on where you live.
Now, we asked earlier to see some of your gardens, outside spaces ready and waiting for the guests that you may have invited. You've sent many of them through. We know not everyone has a garden, but if you're lucky enough, have a look at this.
Close in your own back garden. I think you're doing quite well, aren't you?
Yeah, Andrew,
amazing.
Janet and Jane sent those through. So I hope you have a nice time when you're able to get out into the garden.
Right, we're going to take a look at another. Well, it's not a weather event at all, is it? It's a geological event, really. A volcano near the Icelandic capital of Reykjavik has been throwing lava and gas into the air, but creating quite a vision in the skies and attracting thousands of visitors.
Yeah, the eruption's the first of its kind there in more than 800 years. It's become the country's hottest attraction, and very kindly, the production team haven't written the name of the volcano into the introduction, so I doubt we'd be able to pronounce it, but Tim Ullman has this report. It is like something from another world, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
incredible.
Absolutely stunning from a distance.
Right, so we have a look at sport. John's here this morning.
Now, working from home is taking a toll on many of us, and sitting at makeshift desks for hours, not moving very much, is particularly bad for us and for our posture.
Yeah, physiotherapists say they've been inundated with people contacting them about injuries linked to home working. Let's talk to a physiotherapist now, Annie Ray there. So I'm now going to go off and do a bit of limbering up, ready to read the news for Andrew Marr at 9 o'clock.
We want you at your best for that, Rog.
Okay.
Never mind the previous 3 hours of broadcasting.
Have a great day.
We're all holding our shoulders back and upright. Darren Bett, good morning.
Yes.
So much, Darren. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. But we're going to think about slightly frostier things now, because with less than 12 months to go until the Winter Olympics, the best figure skaters in the world have been competing in Stockholm at the 2021 World Championships over the last 4 days. Now, the event was cancelled last year because of the pandemic, so this is the first time many have skated competitively for more than 18 months. And there was a brilliant performance from Britain's Lila Fear and Lewis Gibson. They came 7th in the ice dance. That means they qualify for the 2022 Winter Games in Beijing. Let's take a look at them in action. Well, we can talk now to Olympic gold medalist Robin Cousin, part of the World Championship highlights this afternoon at 4:30 on BBC Two. Well, thanks very much for being with us today. Breakfast will be back tomorrow, of course, from 6 o'clock. Have a great day. Bye-bye.